Have you ever heard the saying, "The chameleon gets the fly"? This famous phrase comes from King Lobengula of the Endebel Kingdom. In 1888, he saw his kingdom, a land rich in gold and resources, as the fly, and the relentless, ever-changing colonial powers as the chameleon. His words perfectly captured the tension of the time. The British, the Boers, the Portuguese, and even the Germans were all scrambling for a piece of what would one day become Zimbabwe. Lobengula was trying to navigate a treacherous political landscape, and one wrong move could mean the end of his people's independence. The architect of the British plan was the ambitious imperialist, Cecil Rhodes. He knew that brute force alone wouldn't work. He needed a key, a way to get inside Lobengula's court and gain his trust. His key was a man named John Smith Moffat. Now, the name Moffat carried immense weight. John's father, Robert Moffat, was a respected missionary who had been a close and trusted friend of Lobengula's own father, Mzilikazi. Rhodes was banking on this legacy of trust. He sent John Moffat not as a man of God but as a political agent with a secret mission: convince Lobengula to sign a treaty that would give Britain exclusive control and, just as importantly, kick the Boers out of the picture. On February 11, 1888, the Moffat Treaty was signed. On the surface, it looked like a standard agreement between allies. The first clause declared perpetual peace and friendship between the Endebel people and the British Queen. The second clause officially recognized Lobengula as an ally of the British. It all sounded wonderful, a promise of protection and mutual respect. But the real poison was hidden in the details. The third clause was the game changer. It stated that Lobengula could not enter into any agreement or treaty with another foreign power, be it the Boers or anyone else, without getting permission from the British High Commissioner first. The fourth clause doubled down on this, stating he could not sell or give away any part of his land without British approval. In a few short sentences, Lobengula had unknowingly signed away his kingdom's sovereignty. How did Moffat pull this off? Through a classic case of verbal promises versus written text. Moffat told Lobengula that this treaty was simply about protection, much like the protection Britain had extended to another regional leader, Chief Comma. He framed it as a way to keep the aggressive Boers at bay, presenting the British as a benevolent shield. It was designed to create an exclusive British sphere of influence, effectively trapping Lobengula and making him a puppet of British interests. The king thought he was getting a partner. What he got was a master. The strategic impact of the Moffat Treaty was immediate and devastating. It was like a key turning in a lock, sealing off the north to all of Britain's rivals. The Boers, who had been making their own inroads, were legally shut out. For Cecil Rhodes, this was a massive victory. The treaty provided the perfect legal justification for his next, more ambitious move. It was the foundation upon which he would build his case for the Rudd concession later that same year, the infamous agreement that would grant him total control over the region's mineral wealth. So, a treaty that was sold as an act of friendship became the first formal nail in the coffin of Endebel independence. It was the first legal step on the long painful road that led to the dispossession of both the Endebel and Shona people, the conquest of their lands, and the creation of a colony named after the very man who orchestrated it all, Southern Rhodesia. The chameleon had caught the fly. Thanks for watching. If you found this piece of history interesting, please like this video and subscribe for more deep dives into the stories that shaped our world. See you next time.